Okay, sorry about that, grade fives. For some reason, I already created a video on lesson 2, relating units of measure, but for some reason, it wasn't working, so I'm redoing it. Okay, so relating units of measure. When we take a look at this diagram here, okay, I've got meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters, okay, from small units all the way up to bigger units. So we know that we have how many millimeters in 1 centimeter? We have 10. And how many centimeters do we have in 1 decimeter? We have 10. And we have also 100 centimeters in 1 meter stick. If we think about the meter stick in the classroom, the wooden meter stick, we have 100 centimeters. Okay, that's pretty much the most important information you're going to need for that. When we're converting from big to small or small to big, so for example, let's say we're taking 1 millimeter and we want to convert 1 millimeter into centimeters. Well, we know that millimeters is way smaller than centimeters, so 1 millimeter is equal to 0.1 centimeter. And what's happening is I'm moving my decimal to the left-hand side, okay? So again, if we're going from millimeters to centimeters, I'm moving to the left of my page. You can see that with my purple arrow, and I'm dividing, okay? So if you plug that into your calculator, you would actually be dividing, but you don't need a calculator. You're just moving zeros and you're moving decimals, okay? So 1 millimeter equals 0.1 centimeters. You're going up the ladder. You're going from a little unit to a bigger unit. So you need to divide 1 and by 10, and you're getting 0.1 centimeters. Okay, let's take another one. So if you have 1 millimeter and you want to convert it to decimeters, how many spaces am I going? Well, I'm going 2 spaces to convert millimeters to decimeters. So again, I'm moving my decimal 2 spaces to the left. All right. If I'm converting from millimeters to meters, so how many millimeters are in one of those meter sticks? Well, I'm going to be going how many spaces? 1, 2, 3. So I'm moving my decimal 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. Okay, so we're asking ourselves, well, 1 millimeter is equal to how many meters? Well, it's 0.001 meters. That's a very small number, okay? On the opposite end of things, if we want to look at moving from meters to decimeters, we're going down our ladder here. So if we're going from meters to decimeters, we're multiplying by 10. So 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeters, and I'm moving my decimal to the right this time. If I want to go from meters to centimeters, I'm going 2 spaces to the right. So I'm moving my decimal 2 spaces, and I'm adding those zeros. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. That's an easy one. We know that. And 1 meter is how many millimeters? Well, if we move the decimal again, we're going from meters all the way down to millimeters. So 1, 2, 3. So we're multiplying 1 by 10 by 10 by 10. We're moving the decimal 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. So 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. Okay, I hope that's as clear as mud. This is a tricky one. I think what you need to remember is if you're going from a small unit to a bigger unit, if you want to know, 1 millimeter equals how many centimeters, or 1 millimeter equals how many decimeters, or 1 millimeter equals how many meters, you just need to know that if you're going from small units to big units, you need to divide. Okay, and if you're going from bigger units to smaller units, you're moving the decimal to the right. That's what I have there in the purple and the orange. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, you can ask me anything you need to ask me in the activity feed of our platform. Have a great sunshiny day. Take care.